June 18th, 2024. I have my old time friend and pal and buddy, kind of like my cousin in Kauai, Kikani Pa. I think I said that right. I used to just call you Kani Pa, but anyway. I think everybody knows you by Kani Pa or Kikani Pa.
Ikani is my actual name. They call me
Okay.
Kani for short.
Okay. We just call you Kani. Kani, what are you doing?
Happening.
What did you play at Kapa? You were a tight end, right? Or a receiver?
Tight end and receiver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's back when we were skinny little twigs, remember?
Well, if they have a problem with that, they need to change their glasses because we're still the same.
We're still skinny. We're still they, they need to fix their bifocals. Fuckers. That's so funny.
It's
Yeah, but
like
let me show you. Are you able to put YouTube up by any chance on your computer? My YouTube? No, let's not do that. Let me just show you what I'm sharing here. Where is it? Right there. Okay. Can you see it?
What is the government hiding about the fires that destroyed the city of Lahaina on Maui, Hawaii? Well, newly released
can see that.
documents show a lot of names and a lot of names that have been redacted.
Yes, sir.
Those individuals that tried to respond to the fires, who tried to sign into Maui's Emergency Operations Center, and those names have been withheld from the public. Why is that? What is the government hiding about these fires? Nick Sorter is an independent journalist. He's in Lahaina
Where did
at
you
this
go?
hour.
Yeah, so we're in. I thought I'd just start off with that.
yeah,
There's a lot of stuff they're hiding. I mean, look, most of that land is royalty and from our ancestors, and it was the original capital of Hawaii, Lahaina.
it was the first town, village in the kingdom.
I don't know who's knows what or where anybody's getting their information from, but it was no accident. The cover up was just crazy and horrific,
It's still continuing to cover up.
and the cover up is still ongoing for sure.
So when we talk about the first king, that's where the kingdom was actually initiated to become the first kingdom throughout the archipelago of Hawaii.
Hmm.
And as you look at these designs that I have, is the Polynesian Triangle,
Hmm.
Hawaii, Aotearoa, Rapa Nui. Yeah. So
Hmm.
this is the Polynesian Triangle. That's why you see a lot of people with that tattoos with a triangle on them, right? But it's
I need to get a Hawaiian tattoo.
So these colors indicate the level of authority. So the Ali Akua,
Hmm.
the Mo'i, is the sole land owner. He's the king of everything, the paramount. So that, and then he had Ali Nuis, which he issued a fee, a landholding fee, not a land ownership, because the Mo'i is the sole owner. Yeah. So this system that we're talking about in Lahaina, the kingdom, is what has been affected by the attack on Lahaina, claiming to have a wildfire that can melt aluminum transmissions. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, so that's where we'll get talk in our discussion.
Yeah,
And
that's
for-
wild. Isn't that amazing how they're capable of doing all that? That's
And
just
this is
amazing.
and this is King Kamehameha the Great. This thing says the Kalai Aina is to carve the lands. Hawaii ancient custom rules.
Hmm.
Uses this practice and traditions in principle. So this is what the federal government, let me correct that, not the United States of America, because I've just starting to realize and find out there's two definitions in this thing called the United States Constitution for America
Hmm.
and the United States Constitution of America. You see the difference?
Right, yeah.
Of for and of. And I believe in 1911, I'm not too sure, somewhere around there, they changed it for America to of America. And that's where the corporation took over, and that's what we face with today. A corporate, and they made everyone corporate citizens under fiction as a fictitious person with everything to do with capital when we sign applications, we got to sign full capital. And then when we finish applying the corporate application by signing all capital, on the very bottom, we put our natural name, which is Hilo Case. And that's all birth name. That's all birth identity. But we were never taught by applying that application on a corporate status as a fiction or a fictitious person, we were giving up our liberty and our natural rights to this corporation by participating in an application that directed you to fill everything in capital. So that's the
Yeah, I
matter.
heard about that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And they didn't tell anybody.
They're yeah. And
No,
so
they're not going to tell them. And is that I don't know, but is it a maritime law thing, or how does that?
no, it is maritime and admiralty law. Maritime is I don't think it's not to do with maritime. It just
Oh.
has to do with businessmen taking control
Oh,
of
so it's
identity.
a business practice, usual business
Yeah.
practice.
The business practice that taking control of an identity as a free person, and now we put you under this corporate umbrella. You're no longer free to be who you are because we captured your name by now naming you on all capital. But it's interesting.
Mm.
You read the obituaries, and when you read the obituaries daily who passes away, their names would never be capital. It would be all high low case. Now, once you passed away, they letting the system know that this fictitious person no longer exists and he has been deceased. They're not using the capital to say he's deceased. They're using the high low case. So it's like they're putting us under a straw man. So getting back to what we're talking about, we're going to start talking about Lahaina. This whole system that we're talking about behind me, ancient custom, this is what they actually is trying to extinguish, exterminate. Okay? This is what ancient art that cannot be dissolved in the pleasure of the federal government. It's a violation of international law, and it's greater than our own people can understand because they're a part of our problem. They can't even properly identify who they are. They're calling themselves Native Hawaiians, but when you really look, who created the word Hawaiian, James? It came from Europe. Yeah, they started with the word native. Okay, and then they use that word native to interject into our society prior to we were ever taught of being around, but was in that egg sac flowing for many years. They started to bring their terminology of native. And then all they needed to do was the word Hawaii, add the word AN behind Hawaii, and the word Hawaiian was born. Right?
Right. You
American.
mentioned Kanaka. You mentioned Kanaka being.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll
Okay.
get to that.
Okay.
And then, so America, you just put an N and it became American. Mexican, you took away the O and you put AN, instead of Mexico, you Mexican. You see the system? This is
Yeah,
what they were
I
doing.
see it. They're clever. It's clever.
So
These
now
buggers are slippery.
you're changing an Aboriginal entitlement to please the narrative to 100 or 200 years from now to be now labeled and be called native in that society. But when you really do, there's this seminar that just happened 2.5 months ago in Hungary. And this woman was very, very interesting to listen. She was speaking up on behalf of the white natives in Europe. The European white natives will now be threatened by all the illegal immigrants coming into the country and coming into the United States or wherever. So they call themselves the first white natives. They were the first to ever use the word native. See? So this is what we get. How did my people, and that's what you're saying, Kanaka Maoli, how did they become natives and their identity has changed to the word Hawaiian? And then the Congress created a Homesteads Act that created a blood quantum to utilize native Hawaiian. It's interesting, you know. It's what do you call it? A social triage, deliberately destroying an ancient art and an identity.
It's a sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. It's amazing how they've done it for so long to so many people. But for us, you know, I try to, I truly sympathize with, you know, African Americans and Native American Indian, not Indian. That's not the correct word. That's different.
They're tribes.
Yeah, the tribes. But there's a difference between them and us, and the difference is our land was stolen, totally taken, and never given back to us. We were also enslaved and stole on. I tell this to a lot of people. The whaler ships, the whaling ships that used to come into the harbor, mainly Lahaina, they used to come in and they would steal us. They would steal the Hawaiians and use them as slaves, and you'd never see them again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know, so as we the year turns and the years go by, education comes out. And one thing we cannot forget that is just is when oral ancient custom always supersedes an ancient written custom.
Mm.
Because prior to the natives, the white man coming to this archipelago, we had no books. We had no palapala. We had nothing. Palapala mean paper.
Right.
We had no pencil. Everything was oral. So when your child is born, you're going to give your child the history orally that no foreigner can ever put you in writing how he going to interpret to start watering down your ancient custom. And this is what has been done to our people in our culture.
Mm.
But it's coming out. Things are turning around. And very glad that they helped our king create a constitution in 1840. But our people today, James, a lot of them, they're just naive. They're not stupid.
No.
They're just naive.
Yeah.
You know, and it's you got to understand the Constitution. It's clear in a deposition. The missionaries told the world in this 1840 Constitution that the king is the sole owner of all the lands. So what they did was, in order to take management of the lands, they had to seize the government. See?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what occurred. Okay. So now, when they seized the government, they ripped us off. They put another government in place. The federal government worked with the missionaries on called the Republic of Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And Republic of Hawaii transferred our nation and our kingdom to the United States of America, which was unlawful. I don't use the word illegal or legal because that's a watery term. It's you either lawful or you unlawful.
Mm-hmm.
And so by doing that transaction unlawfully, the United States had a treaty with the Kingdom of Hawaii. And out of all the treaties, I believe 42 treaties of all different countries, the United States was the last to sign the Treaty of Navigation, Commerce, and Friendship. And they turned around and ripped off our country.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in 1993, William Clinton, the president, signed in a Public Law 103150, a U.S. public law, acknowledging and apologizing for their participation
Mm-hmm.
in overthrowing the lawful government. Okay? And what's really interesting, James, till today, the United States of America and the federal government cannot provide the treaty of annexation that they're telling the world that Hawaii was annexed.
So they don't have the proof, or it's sealed away?
Annexation never happened. It was a myth. Just like how we're going to go into Lahaina. It was a myth the wildfire did this. Hell
Right.
no, a wildfire. Okay? Hell
Yeah.
no, was
Hell no. Yeah.
okay? So it was a myth. So now you create this coup. President McKinley becomes the president after Cleveland was sympathetic to the Queen. He was working with our Queen to restore the kingdom. But they sympathetically to the next election, they rigged that election to put McKinley in power. And McKinley finished the rest of completing, of seizing the proper government of the nation.
Wow.
And Senator Dole then turned around and read proclamation on their steps, which they had no proper authority. And this is where people have to understand that it still can be addressed and fixed. So now, McKinley, president, they created a school in Honolulu, the island of Oahu, where it's supposed to be sold the United States 50th capital. You know, every island they get on capital, and I mean, every state get on capital. So
Right.
Honolulu supposedly is supposed to be the 50th capital, right? So they put a school called McKinley, and there's a statue of McKinley holding a book, and the book's supposed to be the treaty. Now people are questioning, asking, where is this treaty? They now are in a discussion to the state of Hawaii in removing the statue of McKinley because they cannot provide the treaty.
And he's holding it. It's proof that he held it.
They supposedly that is the treaty that the United States signed with the Kingdom of Hawaii.
Wow.
Hell no, they had no signatures with the kingdom. They got it from the Republic of Hawaii, who the United States federal government worked with for military uses to take over and seize our assets. But again, in 1993, everything came clean. Said that we never directly relinquished our inherent sovereignty as our people of our national lands to the United States, either through a referendum or a plebiscite. That is huge. So that tells you that happened. Where's the treaty? We're going back to the treaty, right? So we can continue to stuck on that treaty, but we got to move forward now. So here we are today with what our ancestors has done to create our nation, and the people in that nation became nationals, Kanaka Maoli Hawaii nationals of that nation. They stripped that, and then they turned around and made our people Native Hawaiian U.S. nationals. See the difference? On the corporate status, they made us U.S. citizens. There is,
Sneaky
yeah,
bastard.
yeah. So there is no federal law that identifies the word Native Hawaiian as American till this day. There is no federal law. You search that, you can get $1 million lottery if you ever find it, because you will never find the United States public law, federal law stating Native Hawaiians are Americans. So if there is no law, how did Hawaii become part of the United States of America? How did it become the 50th state if the people that's from here doesn't have a law saying they are Americans? I'm not against Americans. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, no. Of course.
It's straight to the point. So when we used to blame America, but now I come to more education, the more mature we get, the more understanding it is the U.S. federal government, not the American people. But the greedy Americans about business going to support the crime, yeah, and they don't care one bit. Too bad for you guys.
Yeah.
This is ours, yeah, and that's what we face with today. So.
Yeah. What's interesting is there's some annexation PDFs out there, but nothing with a signature from royalty.
You got to have the signature from the king, which was Kauai Keole, to support it, or Queen Liliuokalani, who was the last reign of the government of Hawaii. But this is the catch now, James. Oh, what happened? Where'd you go?
No, I'm putting on this so-called information, a treaty, but there's nothing on here with the signature. You see what I'm saying?
So when you see joint resolution to provide, go back to that, annexing the Hawaiian Islands to the United States. Okay, it's on joint resolution. It identifies right here whereas the government of the Republic of Hawaii, having in due form signed and consent in the manner provided by its
With no
constitution.
signatures.
Yeah, but listen, you see the words I'm saying.
Okay.
To cede absolutely and without reserve to the United States of America all of the sovereignty of whatsoever kind in and over the Hawaiian Islands and their dependence. That right there is a criminal fraud and a violation of international laws. And this can never be addressed until our people restore the government that was unlawfully removed.
I get
Okay.
you. Yep.
So now the United States know the biggest mistake they did was they didn't kill us all. We still here, and now we coming
Yeah.
forward.
We're coming here. We're still here.
So people gonna say, well, what about all the corporation? What about all the money? I say, what about? I could tell you this, James, the beginning of this month, Hawaii, they got this thing called Hawaii Tourist Authority, right? They created.
Yeah. I've heard.
Hawaii alone in first quarter, 3 months this year, made $719 million in 3 months on this small little island.
Wow.
In 3 months. And not one penny went to the Hawaiian homesteads.
I know
department.
it's trash, and yeah.
Not one penny went to the department to help put their people on the lands as they were obligated to.
Yeah.
But now they're manipulating, they're taking our money. Then they had this festival pack and brought in all the Pacific Islanders, and now they're trying to name the Kanaka Maoli somebody else now from Hawaiian. Now they're trying to tell I'm a Pacific Islander. They will do everything in the world, just like the Democrats. They will do everything in the world to stay away from that word Kanaka Maoli, because every foreigner here, born here, become a Hawaiian resident by birth. They become equal to the Hawaiian, the native Hawaiian that is 49% less blood that don't qualify, which is 50% more. So the foreigner becomes a native, and the Kanaka becomes less to be equal to the foreigner under their law. You don't have to have blood to be better than the brown-skinned person. But as a Kanaka Maoli, the white-skinned person can never be the equal to them because they do not have the blood. See? They screwed our people big time, but we catching on. We coming. You know? So
Yeah, that's I'm going through what's the name of this place? The Hawaiian Legal Corporation or something like that.
yeah.
You ever heard of them?
Yeah, Native Hawaiian Legal Corporation.
Yep, that's it. What do you think of them? Because they've been helpful, and because we're finding out that their documentation was a little off. So
Native Hawaiian Legal Corporation is a state entity. They are not going to be honest.
yeah,
They're going to focus on.
I'm concerned already.
No,
I was from the beginning.
yeah, they're going to be focused on the Mahele, the 1848 Mahele. All these guys, all junks about the Mahele. Okay, the Mahele is what supposedly had created private land ownership in Hawaii. Okay, but nobody talks about what Kauai Kamehameha III did on this. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Get this out. Remember, I went back to. Okay.
Okay.
What I was getting back to is that okay, so this, okay? Aina to carve the lands. In 1848, the missionaries was in the government office. They were trying to change the languages from 1840, 1852, 1864. I think they started amending the Constitution, slowly watering it down and trying to take the power away from the king. In the meantime, while they tried to do all that, James, they could never take the ownership away. This was taking the power away. but they still acknowledge he still owns the lands. Okay? So in 1848, when these guys tried to create the Mahele Land Commission Award, Land Division, Kuleana, yeah, all of these
Right.
different tactics in the government, yeah. Kauikeole stood back, and he was Kamehameha III. He was the ruler. He stood back and let the missionaries and the Ali'is. Now remember, I shared this one, yeah. See right here,
Mm-hmm.
Ali Nui. See the
Are
Ali
you
Nui?
showing it?
Yeah, yeah, you can see him.
Yeah,
Ali
right there.
Nui.
Oh, in the back. Okay.
Okay. See the Ali Nui, the Ali's. Ali,
Yes. Land, hold, and yeah.
Okay, these guys, right? Some of them were going against this ancient tradition because they now realize that, okay, they were no longer going to be land holding in fee. They were going to become landowners.
Mm-hmm.
See the word holding in fee? They were going to become landowners in the 1848 Mahele. So they went turned their back on this ancient traditional art. So
The
what
system.
the traditional system.
Right.
So what Kamehameha III, Kauikeole did was, you can't see the top of this, and I don't know why. It says Kalai Aina is to carve the land.
Right.
He went, he
If you
went,
send me the picture, I can post it for people to see.
he went chop the contract of all the usages that they gave to these Alis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he stopped everything and did the Kalai Aina and took back everything. And when he did that, Kamehameha III also added in the word, he taking back adverse possessions. He adversing. By mean of adverse, he was using the European language in his kingdom to take back that language as control.
Mm-hmm.
But today they're saying, oh, the king went adverse the land, but they don't tell you what he did and why he did it. They're gonna make like the king had adverse the land. So get a lot of misinformation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this Kalai Aina had shut down the Mahele that, going back to Native Hawaiian Council Legal Cooperation, deals with. They deal with land commission awards, the Mahele, Kuleana, yeah, the dicing up of the lands,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And so that is all watered down,
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
okay? Leave that right there.
Oh,
And,
wait, let me get it. Let me get it. Sorry.
so when what
It's
we're
up.
dealing with, James, is now that the 1848 had opened up the big question that even our people don't understand. James, they don't understand. The Mahele, okay, supposedly had created fee simple in Hawaii. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So the question is, how did the word simple get applied to the word fee that became fee simple that became private property? Right? That's the question.
That's a good question.
So the possession law requires a person to occupy a property openly, continuously, and exclusively for a period of 20 years under the claim of right or color of title.
Right.
You know what that color of title means?
I'm
That color
not
of
certain.
that color of title refers to a deed. Type in deed. Okay.
Color of title, legal term used to property law to describe the document or other instrument that appears to be valid. Claim
Stop
to
right
land.
there. Stop
there
right
it
there.
is. There it is.
No, stop right there.
Okay.
Appears to be valid.
Appears.
Wait,
Yeah.
you see? So we got to really understand when we're reading these languages. It didn't say it has the authority. It says that the instrument that appears. So you go type in, okay, so now deed is dead. I'm not dead. D-E-E-D.
Deed, sorry.
Okay? Deed. Okay? So the definition, go right there. No, go back. Go back.
back.
Go back.
Okay.
Tell you what it is. Go back again. Go back again. It tells you right there. Where the deed. Go back to, okay, hit deed again. Okay, hit deed. Right there, the definition. It says something to real estate. Say hit deed. Hit that.
Oh, the one for real estate. Deed.
So hit, where's real estate? Hit the deed meaning in real estate.
Got it.
Okay? Let's go up. Go up a little so we can read the blue. Come up.
Oh, right here. Okay.
Okay. A deed is, okay, check this out now. Remember, a deed is a legal document that grants ownership to a piece of real estate and other property assets. A deed transfers the title of an asset to a new owner, and it is usually recorded in a local county clerk's office. Okay? So what title are they transferring? They forgot to put the word color of title. So apparently, in order to participate in that, James, okay, that the documents, okay, the deed, okay, you see the color of title to a piece of property, right? So you type in the difference. What's the difference between an allodial title and a deed? Okay, so go type in what's the difference between an allodial title,
I spell allodial.
ALLOIDO, yeah, allodial title and deed.
There you go.
Yeah, what's the difference? We're gonna share this to the world. Allodial title constitutes ownership of real property, land, buildings, and fixtures that is independent of any superior landlord allodial title. Okay, so now I showed you the picture of Kamehameha, right? They are the superior lords. Remember that orange one? Can I get? Just leave yours there, but put me back on the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Leave you, don't go on the stage. Okay.
Now you can share. Now you can share whatever you want.
You see right here? All right? Ali Akua, the Mo'i, sole landowner. Okay? That talks about who the allodial title belongs to. It belongs to the Mo'i, and the Mo'i is the king. Okay? It's not the Ali, it's not the Makainana, it's not the Konehiki, it's the king. And the superior lord is the paramount, is the king. But that is feudalism system that they're using, that our ancient people were practicing. So did this happen? Did this happen prior to the flood? Did everybody break up to the world? Because Vikings used the same method. Who else? Vikings, Romans, Europe. They're carrying the same method.
Feudalism.
So let's go back to your page.
Okay.
So we got to stay with that. The Mo'i is the Ali. He's the head. He's the low land owner. So we go back to the deed and land. What? Allodial title. So the allodial title constitutes ownership of real property, land, building, and fixture that is independent of any superior landlord. Yeah. Allodial title is. Try to look what allodial title means in the U.S. Right now, hit below. Go below. No, go below.
Right there?
I'm right there.
Right there.
Yeah, hit that. Yeah. True allodial titles cannot exist under U.S. law.
Holy crap.
Okay? You see? Why it was important for them to support the Mahalo?
That's
Because
why they.
Oh, man. Simple. They didn't want to talk about the allodial title.
That's the way it always existed.
Lands in the United
Yeah.
States are subject to the laws
Okay,
of the
I
nation.
found this on the web for do you see why it was important for them to support Mahalo because of Mahalo created the word fee simple didn't want to talk.
Get out of here. Serious. So let's go back to that. So although lands in the United States are subject to the laws under the nation and state where they lie and are subject to property taxes. You see the word lie?
Uh-huh.
What that word spells lie? What that means? They lie. They're liars. They're liars.
Yeah,
Shall move your. Do you see them?
yeah.
Wherein they lie and are subject to property taxes, eminent domain, escheat, police powers, etc. Is in a loaded title assemble for an American citizen, which means. See, these are the things you go in, James. The people need to go in and start looking at it. It will tell you the key differences right here. The key difference is that lay is transitive and required as an object to act upon, and lie is intransitive, describing something moving on its own or already in position. So let's go back. Let's go back and type in what is the deed pertaining to the corporation. Right now, what is the
Oh,
what
yeah.
is no go back? What is the deed to the no? Wait there. What is the title of a corporation owner?
That one?
Hit that. Yep, hit him. I hope you're gonna save all this because I'm gonna tell you what I'm telling you. I don't.
Oh,
The
it's
title,
recorded. That's good.
yeah, the title of a corporation owner can vary depend on their role in the business. Okay. In the role in their business. Okay. So that very very clearly says. So now you go back and you type in what's the difference between a corporation and a deed? Oh no, what's the difference between a color of title? Color of title.
Difference of color.
Right there, you just had them. Go back. Your head come out. There, right there, the purple one. We hit them. Hit the purple.
Okay.
I hit that. Yeah. This is why it's so important to understand what is the difference between. Oh, you went to a load your title. I'm sorry. Go back.
That's right.
Go back.
You want a corporate title or?
The deed. What is a deed? What is a deed? In Hawaii. Yeah, hit that. You see that? A real estate document that transfers property ownership to a buyer and protects the buyer with warranties and covenants from the seller. What does it protect?
The buyer.
It does not protect the land.
No.
You see them?
Yeah.
It should say protects the land that the buyer purchased with warranties and covenants from the seller. Interesting, huh?
Yeah. That is very interesting.
So we leave this
It's
whole
all about
book.
the words, how they orchestrate and manipulate and move around this to get people to. Just the manipulation is amazing with just the words, and how they've used it against, and it's according to their
standards.
system, their standards, their systems,
Okay, so
whatever
now-
their policies are, but it has nothing to do with. It's like they
The
forgot
fact-
about
the
they forgot about our systems, and they're just using their system. So
It's-
under
it's
our
like-
system, go ahead.
It has nothing facts to do with a nation that still waits. No, I want you to stay on that page.
Okay.
It has to do with the facts of the nation that still awaits for the United States to show the world that there is a treaty. Now, if you look at the general warranty deed, warrants that the seller owns the property, there are no title issue, and the seller would defend the buyer if any unexpected defects arise after the deed is executed. So if I sell your land without you knowing, and I put them in a newspaper and you don't claim them, and I do the transaction of the sale, it's too late.
Yeah.
So now the warrant so the warrant that the seller owns the property, assuming he's gonna have to defend the buyer. And this is where the system works in to support that, because once you take the system down, everything else falls. So the system continue to do the bullshit.
Right.
So we'll go to the purple radio, color of title.
Color of title.
Color
Right.
of title.
Right.
Yeah. This is important. We went here again, but I just want to brass
all
on
right.
it.
Yeah.
Describes the document or instrument that appears to be valid. That's the key. Appears to be valid to land.
It's.
Yeah.
But it should be. It should be the. It should it be. So the color of title. So is
The
the
word
color,
appears. The word up. Excuse me, James.
yeah.
The
No.
word appear. The word appear shouldn't even be there. It should be must. Document
Must
that
be valid.
must
Yeah.
be valid. A valid claim to the land.
You know, I'm curious in this. Is anything in here that we can see? I mean, I'd have to research this. I just pulled it up for the first time. But is there anything in here that shows color of title or deed?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. No, see, that comes after this, James. That comes after this annexation.
Okay.
Because in order to apply the color of title and deed, you have to. So go back and we're gonna go back to that page you was and type corporate citizen.
Corporate citizen.
Right, corporate citizens. Definition right there. Hit that. A corporate citizen is a what? Is a
Company social
company.
is a
No.
company.
Is a company social responsibility to the community around it and how it aligns its actions to support positive outcomes for society.
I think that's citizenship. Let's look at corporate citizen definition. I think.
Well,
that's
I
more.
want to go there first. Then you go to the citizenship.
Okay. Yeah. Corporate citizen. It doesn't say.
But you see where it started, yeah?
Right.
Corporate citizen is a company. See? So they took us from our nation, put us in a company.
Ah, there it is. It's all in the writing.
Yeah.
It's like it's right in front of your face.
If you don't know it, you're not going to understand.
If you don't know, you're not gonna. Yeah. Corporate citizen. Cambridge English Dictionary. Let me just see real quick. Being a good corporate citizen is very. Banks. Things have changed. I'm going to see if it's in my 1990.
No. We're going to go back to the first page. I'll go quick. I'll go tell you for type. Sorry.
All right.
So you're going to type in.
Good.
What is the difference between a fictitious or a fiction, between a fiction, F-I-C-T, person,
Fictional person,
fiction person, and a corporate person? See, all this stuff, you start wondering into, they're going to have to tell you the language of legals. Let's see what they say.
The corporation is a person. The legal.
The law
What
allows
does it mean to be a
the
corporation?
law allows
person?
corporations to do some of the things that people do. Okay.
I had from TikTok. Somebody was explaining a lot of this, and I don't.
Yes, go to the third one. Is corporate fiction.
Is a
Right down.
corporation a fiction? Corporation
It's
of
a
business
legal.
referred to creation of the legal fiction of corporate personhood, so that the corporation could sue and be sued in courts.
See?
Corporation.
So you understand what they're saying here?
Yeah.
Corporation of business required the creation of the legal fiction of
The
corporate
personhood.
personhood so that the corporation could sue and be sued in court. So we can sue or they can sue us in their court under a corporate status. But if I'm a citizen of the Hawaiian Kingdom as a national, and not a corporate citizen,
Right.
this does not apply to me.
None
So
of
they
this
have
will apply to us, or should.
they,
It should have
well,
never applied to us.
but they don't teach you this stuff.
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it's just the way they, like I was saying, they have their system, processes, and terminology, and then there's the national or maritime and all these different, global definitions and terms and policies, and but under the annexation, and when you read it, and this is the first time I've seen this thing. This is all American corporate type verbiage, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has nothing. It's according to it's theirs. It's not anybody's but theirs.
So go back to your page where you were and type in what is Admiralty law.
Admiralty law.
Yeah. What is Admiralty law?
What is Admiralty law in the United States? Want to check one of these? What is the difference between American law and common law?
No, on the American. Okay, go. Is America under Admiralty law? United States, Admiralty jurisdiction is typically exercised by federal courts, which have the authority to hear Admiralty cases arising from any part of the country. One of the main ways in which Admiralty law is applied in the United States is in a resolution of disputes arising from maritime activities. So you just say, take away the Americans' authority by using Admiralty. So is Admiralty laws on the high seas?
I don't know. Is it?
So let's see what's the difference
That's
to it.
what it seems. It's a right. See, Admiralty law is similar to maritime law, from what I.
So check out what is the difference between below, right below, all the way down one more. Oh no, you had them right there. What is the difference between Admiralty law and common law? Up one,
Right.
yeah.
This distinction is important because in many respects federal admiralty law differs from state law. Possibly the most critical difference between maritime law and common law courts is that admiralty judges only apply general maritime law and conduct trials without juries.
Yeah. You see, and now,
That's interesting. Without juries.
and yeah, and so now That's federal law.
Mhm.
Now, in Hawaii, the courts, everything in Hawaii, they have admiralty law, not maritime law. They have the yellow fringe around all the American flags. Admiralty law is laws on the high seas.
Yeah, the voyage, throughout time and history, they've had
Yep.
maritime law for when they go from country to country to land to from you know
Okay, so
all
yeah, so
over the
now
place. Yeah.
so now that we went through this discussion, I
Mm.
think we have a better understanding of viewers out there of what they did. You can type in public law 103150. U.S. public law 103150.
U.S. public law.
103 dash right there 150. United States public law 103. Yeah, you hit that.
The apology resolution, or just one
Yeah,
of
yeah, right there. It's the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Public Law 103150, also known as the Apology Resolution, is 1993 joint resolution of the U.S. Congress that formally apologized to Native Hawaiians for the U.S. role in the overthrow of the Kingdom of Hawaii in 1893. The resolution was signed into law by President William J. Clinton on November 23rd, 1992.
Okay. So stay right there.
Yeah,
Stay right there.
I'm there.
You see the word there? You see the word. Apologize to who? Who they apologize to?
The Native Hawaiians.
Okay. So let's try find that word. Native Hawaiians
Or just
as Americans. No. I'm just saying you won't find that word Native Hawaiians as Americans.
Uh,
Okay.
I'm just going to jump to somewhere else. Man. I'm going to look.
Yep.
Hawaiians as American. Hawaiian Americans now as. Do Native Hawaiians count as Native Americans? No.
Oh, no. What we're trying to do is find the U.S. The federal law that identifies. We're trying to find federal law. What federal law identifies or what federal law recognizes the word Native Hawaiian? What federal law recognizes?
Oh, man. Hang on, let me move this real quick. There we go. What federal law recognizes
The word
the word
Native Hawaiian. Or you can put what? Yeah. Federal.
what is the Native Hawaiian Recognition Act? No,
See, they're not going to tell you.
it's not in there.
Yeah. So when you go, what is a Native Hawaiian recognition? Try go to that definition. Go to what is a federal definition of Native Hawaiians. Right down, yeah. Go down,
Yeah.
come down.
Right there, right. What is
No,
this?
right there.
Right there.
Yeah, that's what they say. Any individual who is a descendant of the Aboriginal people who prior to 1778 occupied and exercised sovereignty in the area that now constitutes the state of Hawaii. Okay?
That's it. Aboriginal people.
All right?
Prior.
So, but by this apology view, they were not identifying us, my people, properly as Kanaka Maoli. They were labeling me as someone else. They're
Right.
labeling us as someone else. Okay. So, James, now you go back to where you on top, and we're gonna find. Then we're gonna go to line after this.
Okay.
Then we're gonna find out who created the word Hawaiian.
Right now?
Yeah. Where did the word, Hawaii like, okay?
Archipelago Hawaii. Doesn't really.
See?
It just says language. It always goes to the language.
Okay, because today there's no oral ancient history or hula chants pertaining to the word Hawaiian. It's Kanaka. You see them?
Yeah, that's interesting. So that's how we, excuse me, that's how we pass down information. Our books were music, was our chants and music, and in all that music that was passed down for centuries, the word Hawaiian isn't in anything.
Hey, you see them?
Yeah.
We're going back to this. Oh, how can I say that now? The difference between what country invented the word Hawaiian? What country invented the word Hawaiian?
Quite along with thing of where did the word Hawaiian come from? Oh, we just saw that one.
No, but you see that one? Eh? Look, Hawaiian, along with English, is an official language of the U.S. state of Hawaii. Key Commandment Third established the first Hawaiian language constitution. You see, this is where they're blowing smoke up the people's ass.
Yeah, right there.
Huh?
That's some serious pakalolo. Smoke. Yeah, that's baloney. They created all that stuff. Have you ever read, or do you know of a guy named Long? What's his name? God, I just had it in my head. Freedom Long. He was a Freedom Long books. Yeah, it was this guy. He did a lot of Max Freedom Long. That's the guy. He documented a ton of information on Huna and our ancestry when a lot of people did not. And he's, he had supposedly a close relationship with a lot of the ancient locals and kahunas and a lot of those practices. But what I found interesting of what he had obtained was migration, some of the other things, and there is some stuff in there about land that I'm not going to bring it up right now because I have to dig kind of deep into that book, which I can't. But I will send you the PDF of one of his books. It's pretty good. It's not long. He's got a lot of information. Huna. Like here's the Huna. I've read the Huna code right here. If you can, let me just see if I'll stop sharing this. You see? Here, I'll show you. This is called the Huna Code in Religions. There's a lot of interesting information in there. Max Freedom Long's got a couple books. What do you recommend for people to read that is more accurate? Is there anything out there that you've dipped into as far as, cover to cover or hard copies or hardcover?
Well, all of these books that has been written
Right.
was a great message to the world of the editor of the book, whoever's writing it, to tell his side of the story, right, of what he researched.
Right.
And that became a written story, right?
Uh-huh.
Not an unwritten, meaning you can tell what our Tutu told us when we were kids, how she was born. how she was raised, how their grandparents were born and raised, on and on.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kind of information that will be questioned in today's society by the government whenever you try to write true history. Yeah,
Right.
they will censor you. They will censor you. So, with respect to all of these people, read a book from Queen Liliuokalani. Whatever book she written,
Right.
read from Queen Liliuokalani.
Right. Those are accurate. Right.
And when you read one, read another one, see who tells the story about her. You'll see what I'm talking about. So, we focus on getting our information from the kupunas that still exist and no longer be here soon. And we document that videoing now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I'm videoing that person, I'm not writing her story. I'm sharing her, telling you the story, right? That supersedes a written document.
Right.
And that's where today things went way south, There's this other one also called Hawaiian Land Titles by Robert King. I believe he was paid to write the history for the Europeans and the white people about our ancient usages and practices. Because he'll tell you at the beginning how our kings, what you see behind me, he'll talk about what I'm telling you. But he's not going to tell you. He's going to tell you that the king that gave away the land was just misleading. You can't trust him.
Yeah.
You can't trust them.
You can't trust any. There's just so many. They've diluted a lot of our culture, and I mean everything that we were. Like I said, it's a lot of things. Like you said, a lot of things that a lot of history was passed down verbally, and this is one of the reasons why they got rid of most. They did not want us to speak. There was actually a law at some point, and it was a fine, or it was against the law to speak in our native language in parts of Hawaii, especially in Honolulu, Waikiki, and I think Lahaina at the time or something. But it's just amazing. It's just it's how they were able to do all that shit. It's just. Here's go ahead.
So James, what's good and interesting is for people to go to swap meets, garage sales, or bookstores, and find the old books, because a lot of these books was burnt in the libraries, and when they overthrew the government, the missionary burned all the libraries, because had what I'm telling you. What I'm sharing to you, all ancient traditions had what I'm telling you, all burnt. Why is it important for them to burn the libraries? Because the books that was in the libraries was put together with unwritten ancient customs. So someone had to tell them how to write the book, and they wrote it exactly how it was orally.
Right.
Okay. So I have seen a book in the late 1700s. The top pages are very brittle. It is unbelievable.
Where's this book?
I'm not going to say where it is because I don't want the government coming after my head.
Okay. I'm just saying.
But it's here in Hawaii.
But it exists, and it's in Hawaii.
It's here in Hawaii.
And it shows, don't have to be specific, but it really indicates and proves.
It tells it tells the ancient practices, the usages, and why Kamehameha the Great did what he did to battle so that no other new king could disregard the ancient customary uses and practices called Kalayana.
Gotcha.
A Kalayana is something that every time one king dies and a new king takes over, he does a Kalayana. They bring in all the contracts from all the islands and all the konohiki and alis that was given from the previous king, and he fulfilled the obligations and did what he said for how much fish, makahiki, how much meat, vegetables, and you fulfilled, and you had your working fields. Then they renegotiate and give you that land management again as a holding fee.
Right.
Yeah. And so that is an ancient art that he didn't want to die. And so what we're facing today is what they did was they went poison all our kings. They all died young. They used them. So hopefully when we get this recognition and completed, I'll tell in the caucus that we should have them dig up the burials, have them do a DNA and see what kind of poison, because Kalau also, they said was poisoned. It's on record. There's a reason why they're poisoning these people, because they were taking over. They try to water it down and then take over the government, but they kind of screwed up big time. So
Maui is going through the same thing over again, and then now the United States seems to be going through the same thing.
The savior.
Right.
So before we go right into that, James, I wanted you to type in.
Go ahead.
What is the definition of title guarantee?
The definition.
Or just title guarantee definition.
All right.
And then we're going into Maui. It's interesting.
Right, no worries.
Yeah, we got a good talk going on, huh?
Oh yeah.
Thank you for all the listeners out there,
Yeah, there'll be some definition. Title guarantee. There's limited guarantee and
what is title guarantee or whatever? What is title guarantee?
let me see. Wait, I think I got it here. Whoa, yeah. There's limited title guarantee, and then there's this. What is definition of title guarantee? That's what I want. All right. A title guarantee is a legal assurance that a seller has the right to sell a property and will resolve any title issues at their own expense. It also provides information about the title and ensures that the information is accurate.
Yeah. So Trigo, what is title guarantee?
What is title guarantee?
Oh, right there. What is a warranty deed? Warranty of a title.
Warranty of a title? Okay. A warranty of a title is an implied warranty that a seller has the right to sell goods, such as a real estate, and that the title is free from claims. It can give the buyer... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. It can give the buyer legal resources to sue the seller if there are issues with the property, such as an unresolved claim from a previous owner. The buyer could then seek damages to recoup their purchase price.
Okay. So a warranty of title is an implied warranty that the seller has the right to sell goods such as real estate. You see? And the title is free from claims. Okay? Plenty Kanakas go in court to object this claim. Okay?
Right.
And they get and the court overrules it. Okay? It can give the buyer legal recourses to sue the seller if there is there are issues with the property. So, what is the difference between a title warranty deed? Title warranty deed and title guarantee.
And really say. So warranty deed and the title. The question is,
Try
are
hit
they
that.
the same?
You go try.
No worries. A warranty deed, which is the standard deed used when transferring title, provides protection for the purpose of a property. In addition to the...
Okay, stop right now.
All right.
Okay, stop right now.
Okay.
Stop right now.
Okay.
A warranty deed, which is a standard deed used when transferring title. That's the catch right now. Where did the United States get the title from if there is no treaty?
There was never a treaty signed by us, so there was no original title. We held
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay, now, in addition to the covenants that are implied in grant deed, a warranty deed expressly warrants the title to the property and a quit possession of the property to the grantee. Yeah. So, what is a warranty deed? Did we go through that already?
Yeah. No, maybe not. Let me just check. What is a warranty?
You can hit that out on right there and just see what we get.
Warranty deed. I think we got that. On a house, or what does it mean? Okay, warranty deed. A deed that guarantees a clear title to the buyer of the real property.
Okay. See, you need to get a deed that guarantees a clear title to the buyer of the property. What is a deed?
Okay. We were here, but I'm gonna a deed. What is a deed pertaining property?
To land property ownership. To property, that's fine. See, transcript of conveying real property. Okay. Now, how can you be doing all of this in the name of the United States when you still do not provide the treaty of annexation?
Because they said they could. That's what it's all fictional. It seems all fictional. It's just amazing that it's still upheld. That's what's alarming to me. I mean, we can dissect this many different ways, but I think the main point is it was never theirs and they begin with. They never had title or ownership prior, and nobody ever signed the treaty. So how could that have actually happened? It's kind of like COVID. It's kind of a fluid name. They just kept going with it. They knew it would,
now we're going to do the last one. We're going to do the last one.
Okay.
What is title guarantee? In Hawaii.
now or then or when? You want to do it
Right
in
there. Oh, right there. Go back. Oh, you had them. Right there. You read them.
this one right here?
Come down. Come down with a blue highlight. Move that down. Right down. Go back up.
All right.
Right there. Title guarantee of
The
Hawaii.
officer is able to identify outstanding title issues in many cases, help resolve them. Title insurance protects the property against claims of ownership and defects in the title. But I think, what is title guarantee Hawaii? Is that the one we want to do?
Yeah.
The
But
guarantee owns and maintains the largest real estate database in Hawaii. Interesting.
Bango. Right there. What it does? The largest real estate database. Not kingdom database.
Wow, that's a company.
That's a corporation.
Yeah, that's a corporation.
You see that, bro?
Yeah, that's
So
what
now
that.
we're going to Lahaina because Lahaina is all about land grab for real estate.
Yeah, that's what it is. Providing real estate closing services since 1896. How convenient. That's like right
But you
during
know
the
what?
time. Oh,
But you know what?
What?
They don't want to go back before 1893. So if they're telling you the title guarantee of Hawaii is the oldest and largest title company in the state, we have been owned and operated by Kama'aina family, by the military missionary children since 1896. That's the Kama'aina family, the missionaries. We know Hawaii and its unique real estate environment.
Mm-hmm.
Our in-depth local knowledge, and more than 300 employees and branches statewide ensure through PAT solutions for every kind of Hawaii specific real estate situations.
Wow.
Title Guarantee owns and maintains the largest real estate database in Hawaii, with a complete in-house title department and experience on every islands across the state. We are the title and escrow companies of choice among Hawaii's real estate lending and legal professionals. So since we got you on this program, I'm going to read what this company has given my uncle. I believe I did it on the last show. And then we're going right into Lahaina.
Okay.
Remember, I read that thing my uncle gave me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you keep talking a little bit till I find them.
So,
But we stay on this.
Yeah, no, the thing that's interesting is the annexation was. What was the annexation? 18. Right?
97.
Right?
Hawaii got annexed 1893.
Yeah. And then 3 years later, there's
1897.
they create the title guarantee company.
1897, our ancestors was created as U.S. nationals without the consent.
Without our consent.
Our grandparents, bro. They made them on U.S. citizen without the consent. They didn't even know what they were doing to our people.
No, they didn't know. I think, well, what's interesting is King Kamehameha went to college, right? Am I not
And
correct?
James, and this document, I don't share this because when the time is right, I will.
Okay, that's all right. I mean, if you want
Providing real estate closing services since 1893. Yeah. Title guarantee escrow services. November 29th, 1995. This was addressed to my uncle, Henry Smith Jr.
Okay.
He gave me this document before he passed away. He told me to keep this and do whatever you can do to resolve our situation in these challenges that we are being put in front. Mr. Henry E. Smith Jr., P.O. Box 428, Anahola, Hawaiian Homes. Regarding state of Hawaii's land titles. Dear Mr. Smith, I am in receipt. I am in receipt of your letter dated November 5th, 1995. In response to my quote, which appeared in the Honolulu Star Bulletin on August 26, 1995, please advise that my comments was not shown in full context. Okay? The issue we spoke about concerning ceded lands controlled by the state of Hawaii. At present time, a question is whether upon a sale, okay, real estate, upon a sale, title insurance can be issued. Without title insurance, no lender will lend money. No bank will lend you money. Thus, the property may not be able to be sold. I did not mean to imply that the state's title is not good, but because of pending litigations, any government and crown lands that the state of Hawaii receive is now somewhat in limbo as to insurability and thus sellability. Until these matters pertaining to ceded lands are resolved, we believe the state may be unable to convey good title to any buyers. Very truly yours, David Peach Jr., President of Title Guarantee. This letter came from the President of Title Guarantee, Dave James.
Wow.
Okay. So all what we try to show our listeners about the titles, yeah, the title company knows they committed criminal fraud.
Yeah. They're playing us. This is probably, we're not the only ones they fucked with, but.
And the moment the Hawaiian government and the kingdom is recognized by its peoples, these companies will claim bankrupt and the buyers would eat it because of them.
Yeah.
That's what would happen.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I typed in ceded lands in Hawaii. The ceded lands consisting of crown lands, once property of the Hawaiian monarchy and of the government lands of the Kingdom of Hawaii, totaled 1.8 million acres upon annexation in 1898.
Yeah, so I said it was 1898 annexation. Okay, so in 1897 they made our grandparents citizens. Then they moved forward on annexation. But guess who was annexed? It was the Republic of Hawaii. It was annexed, not the Kingdom of Hawaii. It was the Republic sent for Dole and all these missionaries that was annexed,
Right.
not the kingdom. Okay, so now we can go into Lahaina as we talk about these lands and title guarantee. Now we go talking about.
Okay.
I don't know how much more time you got.
A little bit longer. We've been on for like almost 2 hours.
Really?
I got to call. I'm calling Scott and Alan. We're doing Zooms. We're doing Zooms because Scott's not doing too well as far as he just went through chemo. So.
Oh, you got to send it to me. Tell him I like to say hello.
Yeah. I will have him contact you for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can do Zoom. We can get each other, yeah?
Yeah, he does Zoom. We just started doing Zooms about a week or so ago. And
Why? What he's got? He's got cancer?
yeah.
Oh.
Throat stuff. It was pretty serious. I'm not. He's kind of coming out of it. He just finished it. So
Good. I'd like to say hello on Zoom call so I can see his face.
yeah.
Instead of on the phone and not look at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's got the Kanaka pride, so he's not looking great right now. And I know you don't care, but it's Scott. So what I will do, and he when I talked about the DHHL stuff I'm going through, he mentioned you, and he said he had a great conversation with you a little while ago about the royalty and the lands and all that stuff. But I'll let him know that we had our conversation, and I'm sure he'll talk to you soon. I'm just not
Yeah.
sure when. You know what I mean? He's got to be
Right.
comfortable. But let me see. So we're going. So Maui fire. Just letting you know, and we all know, and everybody types it in. First came the Maui wildfires. Now come the land grabs. Okay. So on May
Yeah.
15th, 2020, and I'm going to show you this because there are a lot of mainstream media that's talking about this. Is we are. What is that?
That's line on a boat
Oh,
in the
really?
water.
Oh, wow.
Harbor?
That's awesome. Wow.
How did the fire get in the water? That's the
I
water.
know, right? Right. But this right here, I mean, even the Guardian is talking about it. And the Guardian is pretty left wing. Right? But they're it's just it's so obvious. And then the last picture that I saw the other day was all the property owners, not the corporate companies, all those lands where people were and children are completely cleaned up. I mean, we're talking the latest pictures were freaking nuts. And I think I can find that because it shows just the foundation. I mean, so clean and like there's just a foundation and everything else is gone. It's freaking amazing. But then,
And you know what?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
And you know what? You know what's the real BS behind all of this that we witnessing?
Uh huh. What?
They have never tested any. They never took any test on what was burnt and what caused the fire.
Yeah.
Now you come with the machines just like 9/11. You scoop them all up,
Yeah.
and you take them and you throw them in one landfill, so nobody can test for laser or direct energy, radioactive
Yeah. Anything.
fuse on it. So they're burying it before anybody can do an investigation, right?
Yeah.
And that's the BS, man.
No, it's really amazing. All of a sudden, people were really, the locals were very adamant talking about this constantly, and then it just disappeared. All the voices, everybody, but there are still some people talking about it. There are still some people bringing up the obvious that it was pretty strategical in their placement of what properties they were going after mainly. And it showed mostly the locals that had businesses or the locals that owned property, especially the property owned by royalty, was really hammered. Yeah.
So when you look at the picture that I'm behind, the fire decided not to burn Safeway. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Fire decided not to burn the church,
I don't
right?
know why.
But everything else was melted.
Melted.
Yeah, melted.
You see those steel beams behind? There's steel all over. A fire doesn't get that hot, and that's proven to be known. Why am I so blurry? Hold on, I gotta fix this thing. Okay, the camera's doing some weird shit. But yeah, go ahead. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, so for me, in my background, I'm a crane operator. I build buildings and structures. I fly H-beams, I-beams, angle irons, and erect buildings with cranes. I know what can and cannot melt that darn metals because I watched them prefab and cut it, weld it, then I got to pick it up in a special way of rigging it and put it in place because of the awkward positions. You know, one freaking wildfire that burned in the grass cannot melt buildings. The governor and the mayor and the police chief are all behind this. They're not coming clean.
They're not.
The Green City, he was at the United Nations 3 weeks, I believe they said, prior to this, talking about a new Green City. And then he runs for governor he starts to label stage 4 cancer patients as COVID. The nurse challenges him at the state capitol. This Mexican nurse who was in charge of the ER at Queens Hospital, and the guy's quiet. All of a sudden, nowhere around. But he was all in the air on the news, claiming that Josh Green was labeling stage 4 patients as cancer patients as COVID. Then he ran as Governor Green for the Green City, and now he became the green governor and the green man. And this happens while he was on vacation.
Yeah.
And furthermore, they bring in one police chief from Nevada that screwed up the shooting in Nevada, where it's a big hoax. And why would a guy bring 450 pounds of ammunition to the top of the building to shoot across at people? And then here's a taxi guy showing below the lobby, right above the lobby.
Right.
The lights was going off like the guys were shooting guns. And the hotel said, oh, they had on Christmas party, and those Christmas lights during the summer now. They had strobe lights and Christmas lights. This is so freaking bullshit.
So bullshit.
You know, and people are buying this freaking bullshit.
A lot of people bought that shit.
So now we got that asshole here in Hawaii becoming a coroner.
Coincidentally, right?
He becomes a coroner to decide how to handle the bodies. Now all of a sudden it was against the law. Now they cleaned all the bullshit up. Now they took that position away from him. It's all planted. This is all one plan to destroy the kingdom of Hawaii's first village and town and city.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can see you kind of, but see, look at the lots.
Yeah.
Another here. I'll play it again. I'm gonna stop it here. Wait, here, hold on. Now the lots, they've picked only certain lots.
God, no, go back, James. Go back. Well, you had a nice view. Go back. One more. Go back, one more. Stop and look. No, go back. Back one more. Now stop right there. Look right at the bottom. Look right at the bottom of this picture.
Right.
The house, the cars, the first one. They never clean them up yet, right?
No.
Okay. How in the hell can that house and cars burn that much, but the grass not burnt? Look at the picture. Yeah. If the house was that hot and the cars melted, that grass would be all brown.
I know.
Why isn't it?
Oh, I got drone footage right after it, and the same question pops up.
And then you get all these empty lots with dirts.
Right.
How did the fire cross the dirt to burn the houses to beyond recognition?
Yeah.
Josh Green, the state of Hawaii, does not want to come in front of the community. And I think my people should get their asses out there and start demanding and blocking highways and demand that the state and the federal government come clean on this bullshit.
I'd say
the federal,
block their access
block
to
the
get
road.
food.
Block the airports.
Block everything.
Stop everything.
Yeah.
Stop the economy. Just shut them down. Yeah. Look at all this. No. Go ahead, James. Go ahead.
Oh, for sure. There's just no activity right now. All of a sudden, everybody's quiet.
No, go back. Go back at that other picture.
Okay. Oh.
The one right in front of this one. Look at this picture. A house right next to this corner house, and in front of them, burnt beyond recognition. But the fire decided not to burn these houses right on the corner.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. And the fire, these are questions that they're not going to be able to answer. This is proof of direct energy weapon usages.
It was so selective.
Yep.
And I have footage of right after it. There was some people doing drones right after, and you can see that, it picked this one, it picked that one, it didn't pick this one, it didn't, and it just, look, I've seen forest fires in California, because they happen all the time, just the way it is. It's dry, And when a fire goes through, the wind takes it through a whole fucking town. You'll have one house that will get seriously burnt, another will get kind of burnt, and another one will get seriously burnt, another one will get seriously burnt, and then another one will kind of burn, but at least everybody's getting a piece of the burn. In this particular situation, it's like the fucking fire. The fire had legs, and fucking like a giant rabbit jumped from house to this house and and jumped over these two houses, jumped over that business, jumped over this place, jumped over fucking Safeway, you know what I mean? It was the weirdest thing. None of it made sense. It was fucking nuts.
And for most of it, the umbrellas did not burn.
I know, the blue umbrellas. That was very strange. That was very
because
strange.
lasers do not burn the color blue. That's a fact. They do not burn blue.
No.
Now look at this, my picture. I don't know how to get it on your screen, but look at the
ahead.
blue car. You see him?
Yeah.
The blue car right here.
You can
These guys-
share that picture if you hit the share button.
Where is the share button?
The green button. On the bottom of our screen, if it's open all the way, you should be able to see the green button. It says share.
Yes, but I'm
And then choose what frame or window
there we
you're
go.
going to.
Share.
There you go.
Okay, and what I got to share?
Well, once you hit share, it's going to give you what window you want to share.
I'm still learning that stuff, buddy. But you can see it behind me anyway. And I don't know what I did, James.
I don't know. That's all right.
Not leave meeting. But anyway, get me out of this. I'll get me back to where I belong.
Okay, no worries.
Or
you can always send me the picture. You can send a link.
Yes, so they can see it behind me also. So
Yeah.
this car decides not to burn right next to this car, right?
Right.
Now, if the fire was hot, James,
Mm-hmm.
this asphalt here has oil in it, right?
Right.
Didn't the oil not melt on the asphalt roads?
I know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Now,
what-
if the water ductiles under this road were damaged 3 feet under the water in a road from a fire on the road where the road's not melted, it's an indication that it was micro energy that caused it. But me and you are not professors. We're not experts.
No, we're not.
But we get common sense. But I work in the industry of laying ductiles, and I know how deep it has to be. I know what the results is. I know the tapes they put on it. But these are the shit that nobody questions the departments
Nobody.
and the governor. You know? So where is that picture I was trying to get of that car with the aluminum transmission melted? I'm trying to find that guy, James.
No, that's all right.
I mean, and then this is the machine, the Messiah right here.
Mm-hmm.
The freaking laser
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
How do I get it?
Okay, when you
Yeah,
hit share, as soon as you hit share, it's going to show you different windows to select.
When whiteboard, okay, there's 4 different windows,
The one with your
right?
picture.
Layouts, right?
Yeah, the one with your picture. If your picture is up.
No, but I hit shared. It says new.
Only if your picture is in a window. What that share means, it's going to go to whatever Google or whatever window you have
Okay,
up.
so it
So
doesn't.
you have to open the window of that picture. You have to open that picture up first. What you're showing is your background. You're using it as a background, which is through Zoom.
Right, I got that. So I'm trying to figure that out and out.
That's all right. There's a lot going on. I don't know. There's still stuff I'm missing from this myself.
Okay, I don't know how to get that darn thing, James.
Or you can
Sorry.
send it to me.
Yeah.
But I've
But anyway,
got. Go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. But anyway,
Like, no
besides
worries.
that, well, I'm just showing you pictures of of what the hell that I have, and it's the bottom line, James, is that we all know what really would happen, and so now when this took place, where was the children?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's pictures of cats being burnt right on the ground on the road, standing up. A picture of a frog leaping that was fried. You know,
That's crazy. That's weird. That's what a laser would do. That's what a
Yeah.
laser would do. Yeah.
and so they keep here. Here's a picture I want to put in the background. Okay. What's the matter, Louis? This is inside of a church in Lahaina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the church did not burn, but look at this on the roof. It's a strike. It's a laser burn
Yeah. Went right across it.
right across it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, all the seats,
You
the
can
walls,
totally, you
everything.
can totally see that. You can see that. Everything's
This-
fine. Everything's fine, but the top had a big fucking. It's like somebody with a big magnet frying ants. You know, magnifying glass, frying ants went right across it. That's what it looks like. Here, I got one I'm going to show you too. So here, watch. I'll play this one. This is the one you were showing earlier.
Yes. So,
Yeah, right there.
sorry, getting on this. Stay out. So, this is my show. Stay out. Okay, so when we look at this,
Sorry.
why the blue car? Why the blue car did not burn in flames?
Right? There's a few of them.
Lasers don't burn the color blue.
No, they don't.
Okay, so now the school buses yellow also. Not one school bus burnt.
Right.
Next to the mill in Lahaina, I'm trying to find that picture. How come the fire did not burn that part of Lahaina?
Right.
Why did it decide to burn that part of Lahaina? Right?
Right. Lahaina school bus.
So, James, at the end of the day,
Right.
a wildfire started in Kula. Then a second fire started in Lahaina. And the people living in Lahaina saying, this is the first time the wind came the way the wind did, that strong ever. They lived there all their lives. So who brought in the wind? DARP does this thing of controlling the weather. We know
DARPA.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, they control the weather.
Yeah.
We know that. They're bringing in all these rain, these storms. They think we fucking stupid.
They do. It's amazing. And there are people that are very naive to this. It's, you know, there's so much information. If you go to geoengineering.com, that guy, his name is Dean something, and he's just got there's just so much information. They even admitted they're doing cloud seeding now. They just did like a year ago. They came out and said, hey, we're doing it. You know, we're spraying chemicals and crap in there, but besides the chemtrails and the cloud seeding and all that poison, this is what's interesting here is they've got all, I mean, this is like immediately after drone footage, which is good. It's showing was
Called
burned,
green.
what was not. Yeah, the green's
Bird.
fine.
Didn't burn.
The blue's fine over there. See the blue bin? Fine.
Had a fire decided not to burn blue.
Yeah. Didn't burn the blue bin over there, but everything else got burned. It's fucking nuts. Oh, look at that. Oh, there it is. Look at it. All around that is fried. All around that is fried. Right?
Yep.
Except for that blue container. That's fucking crazy. And this is the one that gets me the most, is it looks like it like pushed it down. Push. It's like it pushed it down. Like there was like lot of mass pushing this stuff down. And there's no way you can make that building. You can't do that. You can't make a building do that with a brush fire.
Because of the structural iron there melted. It
Yeah.
melted with the
Only with
the heat.
that type of heat is just crazy. Yeah.
Microwave, puppy.
It's microwave kind of heat. Fucking nuts. And it's all
Microwave.
yeah, pretty crazy.
So now, after this happens, every news, Hawaii News Now, Channel 2, Channel 4, they were not allowed to go in and investigate the burn site.
No, for a long time.
Why the government kept them out? What was the government hiding?
Right.
What the government didn't want them to show the public? Right? There was something that the government didn't want the media to show.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Was the disaster.
Look at that. Oh, those
Yeah.
are all fine. Those
That's
buildings.
those rich family homes are all fine.
Yeah,
Oh, there's the
those nice big brand new condominiums are fine. Yeah. They're probably owned by Oprah, right?
Probably.
Probably. I mean, you know, or
So
somebody
now-
that's connected.
So now, James, as you keep showing that, we'll keep talking. So that side of the fire, the buildings burned differently from across the canal there.
Oh yeah.
Now, so FEMA, so the people starts to come and bring all the water, doing good, the community at large, which is a normal thing
Right.
that anybody does. Then FEMA comes in, pokes their fucking nose in there, and now takes control and stops. So it's like, you guys need to go out. Please, both of you, now, out. I have to tell my grandkids got out of the room.
Yeah. I forget,
So,
yeah.
and,
That's right.
so now FEMA is taking control and stopping all the sites, satellite sites where people donating things.
Mm-hmm.
And FEMA saying no. This is one land grab like we talked about. We're going to
For
bring
sure.
in FEMA. FEMA is the most fucked up
Yeah.
entity
Yeah.
for the federal government. They are the controlled destiny
Yeah.
of taking away everything from the people
Yeah.
in the name
Yeah.
of
The government, the corporation.
Yep.
The corporation. Remember Katrina? Remember when Katrina
Yes.
happened? They came in and they freaking screwed everybody on that too. So many people
so
lost their land.
Yeah, and so that's why the Kanakas should never support and sign anything with those fuckers.
Yeah, never.
Never. And then you get this Hawaiian down there. He's a friend of mine, but I tell you, I think they got him. I don't want to say his name with respect, but I think they got him because he's out there trying to educate the people about the Mahele, the Native Hawaiian tenant rights, all
Right,
this.
right.
Hey, BS.
Right.
BS. You know, we got to identify who we talking about. Yeah. We Kanaka Maole. We're not Native Hawaiians. We're not Native. And if you follow that format, then we lose.
Right.
It's exactly what they want to do. Is they control the the first city of the kingdom, they will destroy the rest of every island. But
Yeah.
there's a process coming forward. And that process coming forward is going to be in the courts pretty soon, and land claims are going to happen, you know.
Very good.
So
1.8 million.
one is, where is FEMA today? Right?
Making concentration.
And then when you walk
camps.
into the and then when you walk into the banks on the islands, the bank said, "Oh, donate money to the Maui fire." Why the fuck do we gotta go donate money to the fire? Where is FEMA?
Yeah.
Where is the federal funds?
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna give the Kanaka $700, but they
that
can
was
give
terrible.
you $7 billion.
Oh,
This is the
yeah,
federal government at its best.
yeah, it's
So all
terrible.
people need to get your guys' head out of your ass and start doing what is right. I'm sorry for being on.
No, it's all right. No, you don't have to. You shouldn't apologize.
I'm
You
gonna be
just-
straight up. You guys should get your head out of your ass and start blocking these roads. Demand. The Department of Hawaiian Homeland Commissioners, you guys got to get your head out of your asses and support your beneficiaries. Your Office of Hawaiian Affairs, but you guys own state entities, so you're afraid. Oh, us Hawaiians, we not like that. We don't like make shame. We don't like make shame, or the white person gonna take everything away from you, and it's your fault. And you tell your grandchildren, you knew what would happen, but you wanted to be humble. This is a disaster, guys.
Yeah.
Where is all the leaders? Where is all the leaders? You know, we talk about unity. We talk about bringing the kingdom back. Lahui, come together as one. Where is the leaders for the last 30 years? You know, I know some got paid off. Some got bought off. Some get federal grants. Some get nonprofits. But I know one Kanaka who's a leader that refuses to collect anything from the U.S. government, and he gets badged. We get criticized. We get everything. We're trying to do good for our children and your children and the future of their children. This is the time, guys. This is one disaster that wasn't natural. It was intentionally to take over those lands of Lahaina. Like we said, yeah, James, it's a land grab right now.
Huge.
No, we just went over to you guys about title warranty, land deeds, cooperation, in the first part of the show. There is no authority by the federal government because there's no treaty of annexation. It's all forced.
Yep.
It's forced on you. It's forced on us. And you guys can say, there's another solution. Council for Native Hawaiian Advance, you guys better watch out because you don't represent the kingdom. Your entity is a nonprofit. You guys part of the U.S. government, and you cannot represent your kingdom as an entity of another country. That would be the binding fall for you in a court of law. You guys mean well, but how do you represent the kingdom as a citizen of another country? And furthermore, with a different identity. You know, James, I just was with this issue about the burials, and the State Department today gets 6 positions, and 3 that is not filled. And the 3 of them is supposed to be land divisions, developers on each island. Yep. The question is, our ancestors buried 300, 400 years prior to even the kingdom arriving, the Hawaiian government occurring, the missionaries came here. How can today Native Hawaiians turn around and call that Kanaka underneath the ground that rested 500 years, he now a Native Hawaiian and now a Kanaka Maole? How can that be?
That's crazy.
How can that be? So now the state law said we're going to remove the Native Hawaiian for protect them. We're going to remove them because the private sector has the right to develop. Again, we're at the bottom of the pole.
They're moving them on purpose.
It's because of all people not getting the true fact of who we are. Our identity is the biggest crisis that's occurring, and why we're losing lands and everything's been taken away from us is because we choose to call ourselves Native Hawaiians that the Europeans created.
Yeah, we didn't create that. Yeah.
So now,
Kanaka Maole. If somebody says you're Native Hawaiian, I'm going to go, I'm Kanaka Maole. Native Hawaiian was made by Europeans.
Right. But Council for Native Hawaiian Advance will try to work with the federal government. Micah Kani, you guys failed the Akaka hearing, the Akaka bill. The Akaka bill failed to federally recognize the word Native Hawaiian as Americans. That was a federal law. That was a federal recognition. It failed because people chose not to be labeled as someone else. And you guys are all heavy because you supporting that. You can call me what you like. You can laugh at what I'm saying. But remember, you work for the evil and the white people when you try to change our identity. Senator Inouye was a big part of that. In his 1974 Dateline report, he stated that it was simple that in order to work on being equal, that exterminating the identity of our ancestors is more profitable to the U.S. in return of the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act.
Right.
So when you exterminate, what you exterminated, a true identity that the United States of America never used because there is no treaty. So we go back to Lahaina, a kingdom, right, James?
Right. The
They
royal
come in.
kingdom. The
They come
oldest kingdom of land.
So now we get all these lawyers. I hope these lawyers going to do good.
Yeah.
You know, they come in on the paying ads on the TV. Come, get them to get back what you deserve. Well, I like no. First of all, when they do this, they gotta first of all request for the treaty of annexation in order to make sure that the state of Hawaii going to be honest with the federal government.
Yeah, they need to know. They need to definitely bring that up. They for sure need to make sure that they stand behind that. And then,
yeah,
because what this should do, what Maui actually does, is it forces our hand to bring the history, the true history of what's going on. Whether you're black,
right,
white, gray, turquoise, I don't know, purple, rainbow, doesn't matter. What matters is there was a wrong. Nothing was completely nullified, signed in a treaty, and then something was stolen, something very big, 1.8 million acres. Just crazy. So
that's why I bring up this thing. I don't hate the Kanakas and Council for Native Hawaiian Advance, but you guys are the destruction, your entity, working with certain individuals who wants to make you Native American Indians in return that all of these people, the rich, go turn around and take over Lahaina. This is the catch.
That's what they're going to try to do.
They're going to try and do. They're going to use our old people to sell us out.
Yeah.
But it's I don't think it's going to happen because court things are going to change very soon, and hopefully our people catch on.
Yeah. Who's leading?
Because,
do you know who's leading the fight, by the way, in Maui? Because you got to have a point.
We don't know.
Yeah.
There's I don't know who in Lahaina. It's quiet. It's dead quiet.
I'm gonna find out. Let me find out. See if there's any point person or somebody who's spearheading the fight. The fight is to bring back Lahaina the way it was, and for the people to regain their property. That's the fight, which should be the number one. And then down the road, not too far from it, royalty, our Hawaiian culture, Kanaka Maole comes back, and that makes sense. Because that's what that's all. It's intertwined for sure.
I think now's the time. Now is a crucial time to really sit back and look at what really would occur, and what we had go through the last 30 years, and what we grew up as kids and witnessed that no longer exists. Yeah, it's becoming kupunas and tutuman. Yeah,
right.
We got to look back and say there is no more time to create something to gain. There's a process out there that you guys got to come home to and get involved with and support and stand behind it, because the foreigner cannot tell you otherwise. You got to go back and support what our queen went preserved. And it comes strictly with renouncing your U.S. citizenship. It's serious.
Right.
This process. There's a lot of
people are doing the sovereignty. I get it. That makes good sense. My question to you before we go, because I'm going to get going pretty soon, is there a place they can go where they can come and join or be a part of the group? Do we have anything like that ready?
We always go on the roads and register people for the elections, and they got us signed up, and then they want to become a citizen of the Kanaka Maole Hawaii National Citizen.
Is there a number they can call already?
Kanaka Maole Hawaii National Citizen. Yeah.
Okay. Again.
Now I'm saying this.
Kanaka Maole Hawaiian Citizen.
Hawaii
of
nationals.
Hawaii National.
Hawaii nationals. Now I'm saying this, we're going to get plenty of followers going to start using that term again, but they never renounced their U.S. citizenship. And this is our downfall. We're trying to bring it to the community. Oh, I don't need that. I this. No, when you share the most crucial, important of an identity, they're going to individually take them, stand on them, and they're going to claim to be that, but they forgot. They still get on Social Security, on birth certificate from the corporation. That has to be renounced. Yeah. And so it's frustrating. So the process that we have and we can initiate is serious. It's going to scare people because how many of you guys willing to not renounce your U.S. citizenship? Yeah. By then, we still have the right
So
to
you're
have
talking
dual
about they
citizenship.
need to
But you
denounce
put
it.
your country
Yeah,
first.
denounce it, right?
You know,
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
That they need to denounce it, right? I don't know why you
Come
can't
on,
hear me. Hold on.
Yeah, we go.
It's-
Now I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so what needs to happen, as a lot of people are doing in many different states now and all over the United States, is they don't want to be a part of this murderous, crazy corporation called the U.S. They don't want to. They're sick of it. So they're denouncing and becoming more sovereign to themselves, which I think makes sense. And in regards to Hawaiians, we have to denounce that we are not a part of that. I never signed up for it. My parents signed me up for it, but I think when I'm 18, I can make my own decision. Am I right? So once
Right.
you're
So
an
now we're
adult,
backtracking.
yeah,
So when you go to the Board of Health department, they would refuse to correct your birth certificate. And this is somewhere that we got to battle on them because now we get educated on who we are. You know, they made it like, again, James, they put us on one corporation, corporate status, and that's how they control everybody. Whether you on Hawaiian, or Kanaka or Indian, or African, or Portuguese, Philippine, Chinese, Japanese, you all was put under this umbrella as a corporate citizen of the occupier.
yeah,
And, so that needs to be removed. But there comes a process. And what we have initiated with LHG is that we have fulfilled these obligations. We just completed amending our 2000 Constitution, which we're going to bring forward. And this thing is very powerful. Yeah. And we chose that these last elections that we were conducting was that you had to be a Hawaii national in order to participate in the election. Because we allowed so many years of people to sign up. And a lot of them never complete their packages. So now we decided that if we're going to fulfill our obligations to standing independently, we're going to depend on our Kanaka Maoli Hawaii nationals to participate in the election. If you want to participate in the election, by all means, you have to apply like anything else, you know. But don't tell me, you don't need to sign up anything because you this, you that. And if you feel that way, then our process to the destiny of freedom is not for you, because you have to understand who you are. And our identity has been stripped and replaced by the word Native Hawaiian. Yeah.
Yep.
And we the only ones get blood quantum, James.
right, yeah. I just found out. I think I have more. I found out. I think I have more. They didn't tabulate my quantum.
And even
threshold.
that became discrimination.
Yeah.
50% to 100%, you qualify for the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act and
Right.
the DHHL lands.
Right.
9% to 0, you don't qualify for the Hawaiian homelands, right?
Right.
But the poor Hawaii, only born Hawaii, Chinese, Mexican, Filipino born Hawaii, they are in the same category as 49% less. So the Kanaka with 49% less blood became equal to these foreigners, so that the foreigner could be the same as the person with the cocoa, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. This is how this thing
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So now all these people that get 49% blood born here, they're natives.
Yeah.
You look at the media calling them natives. They don't call them Native Hawaiians because they're not 50% and more.
Right.
See how they would use this name
Yeah.
to separate identity and control. This is what's happening, people.
Man.
Wake up, please.
Wake the
You know?
fuck up. Yeah, there's 28,000 people left from 1979 still waiting in line for property. From
You know how much
1979.
land gets sitting on Kauai? That, when the plantations got done with the lands, me and my dad went to Hawaiian Homes to get lands to lease to farm for cattle.
Mhm.
Oh, well, we're not going to give them all. Till today, my dad's dead. This was in 96, I think.
That's
Until
about
today,
when my dad did his thing, yeah.
the lands are still sitting. But what they do, they develop for the Kauai Electric Company. They
Yeah.
can put an election building on, and
Yeah.
Kanaka still got to pay electric. They create the water tanks. They put in the water for the Hawaiian homestays. The Kanaka still got to go pay for the water. And now, under Josh Green's administration, the Department of Hawaiian Homelands is forcing their people, in order for them to get lands, they got to get qualified by the bank in order for them to get a land.
I
That,
know.
that has nothing to do with the Homesteads Act.
On a
But
lease. A
this
rental.
agency are fucking horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
fucking
a bank has to
scam.
make money in order for the Kanaka get on the land.
Yeah.
And a lot of Kanakas working in the homesteads industry, they okay with that.
Yeah.
And now the price of the land, so now this is a catch. You get one lease from the Department of Hawaiian Homelands,
Yeah.
99 years for $1. So when they issue you the land, you pay $99 up front. So you own the land for 99 years.
No,
not
you
own
don't
the
own it. It's a lease.
lease. So now because you have a lease for 99 years and you're not the owner, you cannot get equity off of the house.
Yeah, nothing.
How's that bullshit?
It's a rental. It's a
How's
fucking
that
rental.
bullshit?
It's total
And
bullshit.
we say that Hawaiian Homes doing good for the people.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It's such a
How
lie.
is that bullshit?
Such a lie.
I know the people in the office trying to do the best they can with what was given so that they can help.
Yeah.
I understand that.
No. Yeah.
I'm not bullshitting about you workers there. I'm saying the system
The
itself,
corporate system.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
The people
Criminal.
should not qualify
Criminal.
on the bank today to get an approval so that the bank can make money. And furthermore, when the bank issue you the loan, they're not giving you cash. You're not going to see the cash.
Yeah.
They're giving you a paper. And the paper said, we're going to deposit this money in your account. What they will deposit? They will deposit what fucking credit, not money. Now you get stuck with the debt and you got to pay back the bank. The bank never did give you money to begin with.
Yeah.
And this is the system you guys like?
It's messed
My
up.
God, excuse me, Frank.
No.
I'm very upset.
No, I'm with you. I'm dealing with it right now. It's crazy.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting,
Because
criminal.
too much people in that DHHL that gotta go. But the DHHL they keep them because they are slavery.
There's a lot of corruption. It's just what it is. It's just like our legislators, judiciaries, executives that are out there. You just start flashing that money, and they get their carte blanche favors, and it's just really sad. It's really sad. Listen, I'm gonna get going. If you got anything else, let us know real quick because I'm gonna get going. We're gonna do this again.
Barkimo, James.
What?
Excuse me for if I offended anybody on the other end.
Oh,
I just do my part.
Yeah.
I apologize, but I am who I am. This is me, Kikane, and I'm gonna shoot straight from the hip. And if you want crook, I'm gonna tell you want crook.
Yeah.
If you cheating, I'm gonna tell you cheating. Okay.
Yeah.
If you evil, I'm gonna tell you evil. If your system is fuck up, I'm gonna tell you it's fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nothing personal. But if you choose to believe you want to be a slave in your country, then it's your choice. You don't speak for me, and especially I will not speak for you. But all we saying here is that we're trying to tell you, come home. There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity. The income, the money that's generating in Hawaii, our people should not be houseless. The Department of Hawaiian land should have been full with there should be nobody on the waiting list. And there should be no blood quantum to put these people on the land. There's so much money out there. that has been given to other people. And all the hotels on Kauai, the corporations, the monies are going off the island. And our politicians, James, that we talked about, are allowing this shit to happen.
Yeah.
I say we have to change the government and support the reinstated lawful Hawaiian government, the reinstated lawful government of Hawaii, and take back our country. They're going to have to do the transparency transferring of the lands. And the military wants to stay in Hawaii, they now can pay $200 billion a year instead of $1. Let's not forget, 2027, all the DHH Hawaiian homelands in Hawaii, the contract ends in 2027. Now the federal government going to come back and ask the Kanakas, the Hawaiians, that they reapply for the lease of the lands. So think about this. The federal government got to come to Hawaii and ask us to lease the lands, the DHH, the Hawaiian homelands. What that tells you? The federal government, America, does not own these lands.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys don't see the picture?
Yeah.
They got to come ask us to rent them. It's a fucking gimmick.
It's a farce. It's a farce.
If you continue to believe in that farce, then you should be the one responsible to tell your grandchildren's grandchildren. But if you're naive to it, we're here to help.
Yeah.
But
I'm
gotta
learning.
stop being nice.
I'm learning. We're all learning.
We get aloha, James. We get aloha. We good people. We nice people.
Oh,
When it comes to evil people, we cannot be nice to these evil people.
No.
We gotta call on spade a spade.
No.
Because we get hearts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have a great time. Thank you for the show, James, and I'll see you guys soon.
Love you, brother. Take care.
You know what? You can leave my email, and if some guys email me, or if they get any kind of communication, James, let's do it.
Okay.
But tell Brother Scott, we can do a 3-way Zoom call. If
Okay, talk with him. Yeah, I'll let him know tonight.
All right.
Okay.
But
thank you, man.
Least,
We're gonna do this
again. The guy right now.
At least once a month. We'll get stuff going, get him going, and
get a guy right now, James. That's the guy right there. Let's get our country back.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Let's get our country back. Aloha, brother. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.